God bless you. I pray each and every one of your day is going amazing. I did want to get up here and add my little 2 cents in, and I just wanted to let you know that just because a person is fine, just because a woman is beautiful, just because a man look like he got the money, he look like he got it going on, I don't care what this man do, just because he is handsome does not mean that you should take what you see and be in a relationship with the person just because of what you see. Now, I believe in physical attraction. I believe that when you get with a person that you definitely should be attracted to this person. There should be something on the inside of you that say, my God, I love this person. I love how they look. I love how they smile. Love them down real good, right? That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, if the only driving factor that you have to be in a relationship with someone is because of the booty, is because of how they look, is because of what they have in their bank account, then you have completely missed the mark. A lot of people is going through a lot of things relationship wise because of this issue right now. And I feel like it's an issue that a lot of people have not addressed. It's an issue that a lot of people are overlooking. I feel like a lot of people right now are going relationship to relationship because they have not took the time to heal their self. And because they have not took the time to heal their self, they will go to the next thing, trying to find a healing in ways in people that only they can get healing through God. So I say this to say that everything is spiritual. I say this to say that life is spiritual. And let me just throw out some examples here. If you find a man or a woman, if you find a person that is struggling with their homosexuality, it is spiritual. If you find a person that is smoking weed and they try other drugs and then they get on crack cocaine, then they go to syrup and they go to pills and they go to all these things. At this point, they're not just on weed, but they're trying multiple drugs, then it is spiritual. If you find a person that is constantly masturbating and they're constantly wanting to watch pornography, then this issue is no longer physical, it is spiritual. What I'm saying is, if you find things that seems out of, and you know what, life has put it into a way that we have really become so desensitized that things that should not be normal, the world, we as the people have made it normal when it should not be so, right? When God created us and he created relationships, he had marriage in mind. With that being said, when God looks at us, when we get a person to be with us, when we lay down with a person, God is like, that is your husband, that is your wife. Right? Reference the woman at the well. We won't go into it, but reference her. This is how important God takes covenants and relationships, y'all. But I say that to say, when we lay down with a person sexually and we decide to split and I go my way and you go your way, listen, that's not the end of us. What I want people to understand is that sex is very much spiritual. Just because two people decide to separate and walk away does not mean that the demons that they have been hosted by leaves. So when you leave a person, a part of them is in you. When you leave a person, a part of you is in there. There is a spiritual deposit that is taking place in the realm of or that has taken place in the realm of the spirit. Now, when we deal with people that has a cheating problem, when we deal with, you got to understand that you're not just looking at a person that is fine and they just stepped out. What you're looking at is a person that has demons of lust and perversion. Usually 9 times out of 10, the spirit of lust does not come by itself. Okay? That's why in the Bible, Jesus said, don't you go and sin no more unless worse will happen to you. We know that when a demon comes and then they keep sinning even the more. The Bible tells us that 7 more wicked spirits times the first one will come upon a person even the more. So we know that spirits will come with their cousin in them. Right? And this is with your will, because a lot of things that we do, we open the doors to these things, and then we sit back and we cry. We sit back and we try to see exactly why is our life going through it. Why when I dump this man and he cheated, and I go to the next man and he ain't no good, and then I go to the next man and he ain't no good. You got to know that it's spiritual. At this point, you have to know that it's beyond a good looking man and a beautiful woman. It is these spirits. So I want you to start familiarizing yourself with people and the spirit that they carry. What is hosting the body? You have to know that we are spirit beings walking by. The Bible talks about this is just our earthly suit. There are spirits on the inside of us. And people do not want to really hone in on that. But when you hone in on that, then you will start to see why a person do what they do. You will start to see how, and this is another thing that I wanted to get into. People would say, oh, this woman is so fine, I'm not understanding why this man would cheat. This man is so fine, I'm not understanding why this woman would cheat. Because spirits do not care about a look. If spirits don't care if you are a man, you think spirits would care about a woman that's fine or a man that is handsome? They do not care about that. And one thing I want to stick with a lot of people right now is if a man or a woman is not submitted to Jesus, if they are not in their word, if they do not have any value whatsoever about themselves, if they are not growing in the word, if they're not being fed that word, which is the Holy Bible. Now, if a person is not yielded to that word, you got to know that that person will. Now, no one is perfect, but the only difference between a man or a woman in the world and a man or a woman in the kingdom is that they have the Holy Spirit. And when you have the Holy Spirit, there's a greater conviction that will fall upon your life. So where even if you do slip and fall, the Holy Spirit steps in and he will help you. He will step into where you don't keep falling in the same area. Holy Spirit will step in and he will help you. That he's our paraclete. Jesus, when he ascended, Holy Spirit descended to come down to help us, to be our helper. So what am I saying? There is a distinct difference between a man or a woman in the world dating, and there's a distinct difference between a woman and a man in the kingdom dating. The heart is different. The mind is different. Those that keep their heart and mind on Christ is way different. I don't care what nobody say. And you can say, oh, well, you know, this man, he's not yielded to Jesus, but he got a good heart. Okay, something is off about this man. And again, I'm not calling us perfect people, but when you in the kingdom and when you following God, there is ups that we have on people that is in the world that's not yielded and submitted to Christ. I don't care what people say about this, but this is truth, right? The more you are at allowing Holy Spirit to be in your life, the more you allow Jesus to deal with you, he will start dealing with that lust of perversion. He will start dealing with that spirit of masturbation. He will start dealing with that incubus and succubus spirit. He will start dealing with those spirits that will come to torment you. And I'm telling you what I know because I lived it. God will start dealing with these demons. And this is the time that you have to know that just because a person is fine, they may seem successful, they may seem like they got it all going on. I'm telling you, when a demon is riding a person's life, it will be outside of their control. Hear me. And yes, you can be a believer and still be oppressed by demons. Right? That's why when you get saved, that's why Jesus come to heal. That's why he said it's important for us to cast out devils. That's why deliverance is important. But y'all hear me when I say that it's time out for us going door to door, bed to bed with people that we want to heal us when we're not submitted to God so that he can get us together. I believe that we're in a time right now that God is calling many to surrender. Drop what you're doing, drop everything and surrender your life to Christ, because y'all, God is waiting for us to yield. He's waiting on us to come to him so that we can be set free and made whole. I love each and